Bandwidth for this podcast is brought to you by CacheFly at CACHEFLY.com.
Hey, welcome back to MacBreak Studio. I'm Mark. I'm here with Steve. We're talking Final Cut Pro, and we're going into a little bit about auditions, right?
Right. Audition clips have been in Final Cut Pro 10 since the beginning, and what's unique about them is that you essentially create a container for multiple clips that you can quickly cycle through. For example, you want to change out the same shot with different color correction, or maybe try different shots. Yeah. It's essentially Final Cut Pro's answer to stacking clips in a timeline.
Instead of stacking them all up, they're all contained in one container, and you can just flip between them. And
yes, it's really a great feature. I was at Hulu last week, and they just were blown away how cool that was. And we're going to use that for music. We're going to use it for all this great stuff.
I use it for sound effects a lot. Yeah. A whole bunch of different options into an audition. So what are we we've talked about them before already.
No, we've talked about them, but there's one little bugaboo with them that it requires a little bit of a workaround, and you'll see. Let me just go into it. Okay, so here's this clip. This helicopter. This is those of you who have purchased our tutorial are probably familiar with this material. This is Mitch Keldoff and his helicopter, the Sabercat. Now, if I play this, let me go ahead I'm just going to bring the audio down a little bit. If I play this, it's basically a liftoff clip of him taking off into the ether.
Okay.
Now, what I want to do is add a couple of versions of this takeoff, and because I'm not sure if I want to use this, maybe I want to use another takeoff shot.
So you've got multiple shots of him taking off.
Exactly. So you can see here's another example of taking off. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that little. It's already pre-selected, so I'm going to just drop it down.
You've got a range already set on it.
Yeah. Just drop it, and I'll just choose replace and add to audition. And as soon as I do that, you'll notice the timeline.
Right, because it accommodates the different length, because you can audition clips that have different durations.
Yeah, and that may or may not be a problem, and it's changing the timing of my projects, moving everything down. So I want to talk about how to get around that.
I see. Okay.
So let me add one more audition clip, just another one, just so you can see we have clips of varying length. Here's another one. I'll go ahead and just grab that and drop that onto the audition clip, and I'll just go ahead. This time, let's just say add to audition. Okay. Now, of course, if you click the badge, you can cycle through them.
You're just tapping the arrow keys to try different ones.
Exactly.
And the length changes each time, and everything moves to accommodate it. And nothing gets put out of sync because of the magnetic timeline, right? You've got connected clips that stay in respect to each other.
Yeah.
But sometimes you might not want, you've got a duration, you've got a 30-second spot or something, and you don't want it to change.
Right, I want this duration. I want to maintain the duration of the original clip, which was this one.
Okay.
So, by the way, keyboard shortcuts, Control Option, left arrow, right arrow will allow you to cycle through without having to open up the audition window every time, which gets tiring after a while. I find just the keyboard shortcuts faster. So I have this issue where I don't want to affect the timing, but I want to say maybe use that clip.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is select the clip and hit Command Option up arrow.
Lift from primary storyline.
That is called a lift from primary storyline. So we could do the same thing: Control Option left arrow, right arrow, and we certainly can see it's no longer affecting the clips to the right of it.
Yep.
But it's not really helping me, because if I skim through it, I don't want that length of clip, because it's covering the Mitch interview.
It's covering the next clip. So the whole duration didn't change, but you are now cutting into the next clip.
Right. So here's my workaround. And by the way, this is thanks to Nathan at Hulu who showed me this. He goes,
cool.
You can do this. And it's great. And again, he's already thinking how the magnetic timeline and the primary storyline works. All I need to do to resolve this is take the clip and hold down the Shift key and just drag this clip straight down, and the Shift key maintains its oops, let me do this again. When I drag it, I don't want it slipping right or left.
Right,
so I hold down the Shift key, and what it does is it maintains that clip is actually where it's supposed to be.
So it doesn't move left or right.
So what's nice about this, notice I have a longer clip, but the gap clip is determining the duration here. So while the gap clip there is actually peeking down and revealing the clip that's connecting below it.
Yes.
So the takeaway here is you can connect video clips below the primary storyline, and if they're below a gap, the gap becomes somewhat of this window now.
To see them, yeah.
So I still get my duration. So I can sit here and I can change the container, the clip inside it, by pressing Command Option arrow, and I can use whatever clip I want. It's not going to affect timing, and I'm only going to see that clip for the original duration.
Right. And then if you wanted to see a different portion of that clip, you could drag that clip left to see a different section. If you just want to see the end of that clip.
It's so funny that you're saying that. Yes, you could say, I want to see maybe this clip this portion of the clip. So you're only seeing from here to here. And really what you've just done is you set up a slip edit.
Yes.
That's really what a slip edit does,
Yep.
except you're putting the content below the gap.
It's kind of a good illustration of what a slip edit does.
Absolutely.
Or if you did want to see that entire clip in that short window, you could retime the clip and shrink it down to fit in that gap.
You
after the
certainly
fact.
could retime it. But I thought this was a really great tip for being able to work with an Audition clip and not affect the timing and still maintain the original duration of your clip.
So you can do whichever you want. You can work with the magnetic timeline such that it will keep everything in sync, but the overall duration will change. But you can always find another way to do something.
There's always another way.
Great.
Exactly.
Very, very cool. Great tip, Steve. So thank you. And if you want to learn more about Final Cut Pro, Motion, DaVinci Resolve, related applications, plugins for Final Cut Pro 10, check us out at rippletraining.com. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. And we'll see you again on the next MacBreak Studio.